and shows it to you. And then I saw the software 3.0 version of this, which blew my mind, which is literally just take your photo, give it to Gemini, and say, use Nano Banana to overlay the things onto the menu. And Nano Banana basically returned an image that is exactly the picture of the menu that I took, but it actually put into the pixels, it rendered the different things in the menu. And this blew my mind because actually all of my menu gen is spurious. It's working in the old paradigm. That app shouldn't exist. Yeah, the software 3.0 paradigm is a lot more kind of raw. It just, your neural network is doing more and more of the work, and your prompt or context is just the image, and the output is an image, and there's no need to have any of the app in between.
So one big message from my talk is that if you want to use world models, do not work on video generation. This is a different problem, okay? If you want to produce cute videos, work on video generation. But if you want to control robots or industrial processes or understand the world, do not work on generation.
And other tasks. Then another kind of world model is what we call a planner. That is more for machines, more for robots, where it outputs whatever the input is, the state of the world or the action, it outputs a correct action to take to the next step. And you see that kind of world model a lot for robotics applications, and you hear that in that context. The third kind, which I think is the linchpin of the three, is a simulator, is that it actually is consumed by humans as well as machines, is trying to respect the structure, the physics, and the dynamics of the world, and really simulate the 3D and 4D information of the world, as well as the semantic information. And the simulator could become a renderer. The simulator could become a planner. But this layer is a huge critical path, in my opinion, to unlock spatial intelligence. And that's what World Lab is working on.
This means maintaining and creating harder evals, building ambitious prototypes that you don't think might work today. Because that's how you'll notice when the exponential is improving and moving under you. That something that previously didn't work all of a sudden starts passing. That's a sign that you probably have something magical to give to your users that didn't work before. And here's what the teams that are getting the most out of Claude have figured out. Model upgrades are a business opportunity. The teams that are getting the most out of Claude models are the ones who make upgrade cheap. This is automated evals, simple scaffolding, and ambitious prototypes and uses of capabilities that others haven't imagined yet. We believe
software layers are able to get recreated very quickly now. Like, we're building out an eval set that measures how effectively agents can build end-to-end SaaS applications, where 2025 was the year of how do you get a model to make a PR in a code base, and 2026 is the year of how do you get the model to clone Slack end-to-end. And those capabilities are going to exist in the models in the next 12 months. And so that means very significant things for companies that are betting on software moats sustaining their businesses.
Systems, try it out on a personal workflow, have some fluency, and then let your mind kind of wander a little bit of like, well, what would I do if I had this sort of, everybody has a slightly different analogy for it. Like, one of the best ones, I guess, that's emerging is like, what if I just did have a chief of staff that I could throw any task to, and it could go and do all of that stuff and then come back? What would you give an unlimited chief of staff to kind of work on? And that kind of opens up your mind a little bit of oh, this is actually the power. And how would you rewire that workflow in your organization?
Where we are now. And then the other thing that I discovered as we were doing this stuff is that you can boil the ocean. Who here remembers that term? Boil the ocean. Like, if you go and work someplace, you're going to go into a meeting where people start saying things that are a little too scary, and then immediately people in that room are going to say, whoa, 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 let's not boil the ocean. And my response to that, based on my experience with coding agents and what's happening right now, is actually let's boil the ocean. The things that you can do, like basically you sitting in front of one of these terminals, you can do the work of about 500 to 1,000 people. And if that's true, then like all of the expectations that we currently have in society around what a founder can do, what a company can do, what a small team can do, what you can do sitting in front of a computer, they're actually 1,000x wrong, right?
With like an affordable amount of spend on tokens, you can do what a 100-person incredibly great engineering team would do as a startup. And that was just totally impossible. That was like not in the set of options for a startup. And now it is. So I think what you can take on, the level of ambition you can have, the speed at which you can move, the amount of stuff you can do at once, is just totally different.
I mean, this 2-sentence pitch thing sounds like something kind of small, but embedded in it is actually something very powerful. I'm sure you guys have heard Jack Dorsey talk about what he's doing with Block. He basically is trying to turn Block into a mini AGI around helping people in the world make payments to one another, right? And then this is actually the micro mechanism by which he's going to do that, right? Like you can look at the operation of any organization as the aggregate of, I mean, the 2-sentence pitch at YC that's sort of one of like thousands of things that I would argue we do for founders. But we just walk through a very concrete way where someone wrote a prompt, used a bunch more, other people used it, a bunch of artifacts came off of that around literally like the transcript of using it becomes a thing that can be used to meta prompt and improve in an automated fashion on a daily basis the operation of that one skill. Yes. And then suddenly that one skill, you just said it.
Problem which is still with us is this issue of sycophancy, which is when AI systems are overly complimentary, when they walk in and they say, it's amazing to be here on the world's greatest libertarian podcast.